And one thing that I try to really impress upon other founders is there is no right or wrong way to build a company. There should be no specific playbook on how to build a venture-backed company. You know, I think that it's about time that founders take all of the good fortune that they're given and how they're treated by their investors in founder-friendly terms, and start really thinking about how do you become more team-friendly, because being a founder is actually like kind of like a bullshit title. I think people talk about like, oh, it's the founder of this company, it's the founder of this company, but realistically, you can be the founder of a company and work there for 2 weeks, right? And you're still known as the founder of the company. But really, all you did was come up with the idea. If you're the founder CEO of a company and you spend many, many years building the company, that's a whole different level, right? But they're two separate things. Being a CEO is a job title. You just happen to work for a company that you incorporated, right? You're nothing without the team that you have. And I think founders sort of know that and recognize that. But in the way that they actually implement certain things, like how they afford people stock options, how they actually grant equity, how they think about corporate benefits, the ping pong table isn't important here, guys. Like, that's not the important thing. That's not the thing that changes people's lives. Culture. I think that culture is based significantly more on how your team treat each other on a day-to-day basis than how they necessarily are afforded the ability to interact with each other, especially in a remote world where there are no ping pong tables, there are no, here's a bunch of snacks and stuff. I'm not saying those things aren't great. Like, it's cool to have a nice working environment, but I think for too long, companies have kind of had this undertone of a toxic culture masked by all of these fantastical things in Silicon Valley. And I think, if you watch the show Silicon Valley, it's well, the irony of it all is well covered there. But Josh and I have really enacted, and Zane as well, our co-founder and CTO, have really enacted certain principles from day one. For example, we grant people actual equity in the company. Every person that works at Pipe is a real shareholder. They don't have the option to own stock, they actually own stock. So what does that do? Not only is it great for the team because the capital gains tax clock starts from day one. There's all sorts of benefits in not having to exercise options or worry about exercising options if you want to leave a company at some point. But what does that do for the company as a whole? It gives people, you want people as a founder to have an owner's mentality. Well, make them owners then. Don't just give them the option to own. Actually make them owners. So I think, if there's something that I can take from our time at Skirt, through our time at Fair, and then our time at Pipe thus far, we've built the company with quite a contrarian structure, but it's really been working.